Hi, I'm Rhiannon. I'm a senior consultant at Prospectus. I'm on the fundraising team, working across all income streams and roles of all levels, from assistant to director. I've been here for just under a year and I'm loving it. That was so cheesy. Well, I already worked in fundraising recruitment, and I was often coming up against Prospectus as a competitor. So I did some research and I just got really drawn into the values of the business. It seemed like there was a really ethical way of working, very much working in partnership with the clients rather than just doing very quick kind of, I guess, stereotypical recruitment. I was interested in joining, and I reached out to them and joined the fundraising team. Yeah, so I onboarded when we were still in the third lockdown. So my onboarding was all done virtually. That said, it was incredibly intense in the most positive way possible. So I got to have meetings every day, getting to meet everyone individually. There was lots of organisation meetings actually, so that was really useful for me because I'm not the best at remembering names. So Teams actually helped me out there. Had lots of different training modules to go through. There was interactive videos, group sessions. So was a nice onboarding. I was given a bit of a breathing room really, which wasn't what I expected. So it was really nice. So when I first started, I wasn't expected to kind of bill anything for about 3 months. It was really more about me getting to grips with how Prospectus work, kind of getting all of that understanding, I think was the main priority really. And then from there, being able to build meaningful relationships with clients, with candidates, getting comfortable. So it was 3 months, and then it's also now progressed in a nice natural way. So it wasn't like I suddenly had to bill like 20k on that third month. It's progressed in a really nice organic way. So I think it's really good for me personally. I think it gives me freedom to not be so concentrated on the numbers. When I first started in recruitment, I actually worked recruiting to the commercial sector, which was very numbers driven, very KPI driven. And then equally, I moved to another agency, which was doing fundraising recruitment, so in the charity sector. And again, because they were commission based and that was their structure, it was again very focused on KPIs. How many CVs have you sent? How many calls have you made? And it didn't give me the opportunity to build meaningful relationships. So the difference I think here is because I'm getting that breathing room by, not having that commission focus, I can actually concentrate on giving a better service to my candidates, my clients, and in turn, just doing better business overall. Where I've worked before, I've been given a set client list, so it's really autonomous. It's very much, here's the list, off you go, make it happen. Whereas when I joined here, it's more about what I'm interested in. So the areas I'm particularly passionate about course-wise, I've always been interested in international development. I think about kind of equality, so working with different women's charities. I think particularly as well, health charities became a newer interest to me, obviously after the whole COVID pandemic, and just seeing the importance of those. So I've really got to get to work on everything really that I want to, and equally explore new areas I hadn't even known about or thought about before. I think with fundraising as well, I've been also given the opportunity to look at different levels of roles. So I'm now getting exposure to director of fundraising positions, different senior head of roles that I've never done too much of before, and also just particular income streams. So, philanthropy is a really interesting area for me in fundraising. So I've been able to kind of have a bit of that focus as well in the roles that I've worked on. Yeah, so I think the biggest difference about Prospectus to other agencies that I've worked at is definitely the culture. It's people first, and the next bits after that. So just focusing on making sure people are happy, that they have good well-being, are getting to also achieve personal or professional goals, and yeah, just focused all around the people really. Another thing as well is just the extra curricular, I guess, outside of the recruitment itself. So there's lots of different groups at Prospectus that I've never had before in other agencies I've worked with. So just having, say, for example, a diversity and inclusion committee and different groups like that. I've also been encouraged to start some of my own, where my own passions are. So I've created a LGBT plus network, which is just a nice way to speak about issues that feed into the recruitment we do and the relationships we build, but also create safe spaces for myself and other employees to just be themselves at work as well. So it's obviously new to me. I mean, I've always in my recruitment career before lockdown had worked in an office full time. Then when I started here, I was onboarded remotely, and now I'm finally getting a kind of nice hybrid way of working. So 3 days at home, 2 days in the office. And I think that really works for me. I think for me personally, it's really good that I have regular team catch-ups. Not overbearing those, so they're not set. It's more always just to check in, have a bit of a natter, but also then get support from the team. I think coming into the office has been really good as well for helping me balance my overall understanding of Prospectus. When I joined, I didn't really understand what everyone did, and since I've come to the office, just hearing people talk and hearing the buzz here, I've actually learned so much about different areas that people cover, and it's been really good to the collaboration. But yeah, there's always flexibility. I think for me, I've always had an interest in charity from a young age. I went to university, I studied politics, I did modules in international development because I really wanted to work with an international development charity. And then even after university, I went abroad for 3 months. I did some volunteering, which was helping children and local communities to basically learn about HIV and AIDS, but also just get engaged in, having a bit more independence in what they were doing. And that's always been something that's of interest to me. I think then having the blend of recruitment and recruiting to the charity sector, it gives me an opportunity to actually work with so many different causes and have a bigger impact with lots of different, causes, and basically support lots of organisations that I would love to work in myself, if anything. It's so different to anything I've done before and anywhere I've worked before. I think from my experience, it has so much more of a bigger impact in the recruitment we're doing. So, say, for example, I would include diversity and inclusion and advice on that and the values that we bring that into Prospectus, and then sharing that externally with organisations, I think has brought real purpose and actually is making changes in the overall sector and the diversity of the sector. I mean, specifically for me in fundraising, there's not necessarily been a lot of that. So I think having that purposeful approach, wanting to actually just reflect the organisations themselves in how we work, how we operate, the standard we hold ourselves to, I think feeds through into then also actually making significant changes within the overall beyond profit sector. I think for me, and I mean, obviously I've been given the opportunity to even just follow my own individual passions at Prospectus. I mean, that's part of it. But I think for me, I just feel like I can speak to anyone about anything and feel confident in it. I don't have to second guess myself. I don't have to feel like I need to build relationships with, external organizations or individuals in a certain way. I still get to have my own freedom, to have my own style of recruitment, and I get supported in that as well. And I'd say that's how I feel like I am myself at Prospectus, and then also getting to explore different interests like the LGBT plus network, diversity and inclusion, and lots of other different extra groups that are here.